Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Mikey here, and today we're going to be reacting to a pitch from Shark Tank, Influencers in the Wild. The title of this one is that the owner made up the valuation, and as people who love to watch Shark Tank know, that is most of the time not a good thing, although sometimes people can dig themselves out of the hole, but we'll see how this business owner does. Stay tuned at the end of the video where we will go through and look up to see where the company is now, or how they're doing now. Are they still in business? Can we find any financial information on the company? Or at the very least, let's take a look at their social medias and see if they are actively posting, what their followers are, and things like that. So stay tuned for that at the end. But without further ado, let's dive right on in.
First in the tank is a social media
I don't know about you, but I love me some Shark Tank.
poking fun at social media stars.
All right, so I see some pieces. It looks like the Game of Life. Tank Sinatra. That's a cool name. I wonder if that's his name.
In exchange for a whopping 10% equity
Woo,
stake.
look at Mark's face right there. 500,000 for 10%.
Let's start with the
Yikes.
basics. Some of you, how do I say this? Older, more wonderful sharks might be wondering, Tank, what is an influencer?
Oh my God. All right, hold on. Let's pause right here. Let's pause. So first of all, I've seen plenty of Shark Tank episodes where the business owner comes out and is a little bit disrespectful in what they say or the way that they respond to some of the sharks, and that's usually never a good thing. I vividly remember one where they were talking to Mr. Wonderful and they said something and he just got so annoyed and he was like, you know what, I'm already out. I can't remember that one, but if you remember it, please put it in the comments. I'd love to do a reaction of that one. It's been a while. I can't even remember what the product was or the business. But anyway, so far, kind of off to, well, not necessarily off to a bad start, but I wouldn't put my pitch like that. I mean, we are getting some laughs. Lori is laughing,
trying
but
to snap the perfect picture
we'll
of
see.
herself, distracting everyone around her. That is an influencer. It's all about gaining followers on social media. So I took
Here,
the
Barbara's
idea of
laughing.
influencers and internet culture in general and built a board game around it.
Smiles. I don't see any annoyed
Introducing
faces,
Influencers in the
so
Wild,
it's
the
good.
game. Go places, gain followers, get famous, no talent required.
No talent required. It's funny.
Except in our game, you rack up followers instead of money. Players make their way around the board.
It really looks like the Game of Life.
And just like in real life, the player with the most followers wins. So, Sharks, who wants to use their influence and money, let's keep it real,
Of course.
to make this the best-selling board game of all time?
Best-selling board game.
show us
Oh, my
how
cat just
do
jumped
you
on the
play?
table. If you
You're
can't
actually-
see
you're
her,
being a little distracting. There's a
go
robot
on,
show
baby
with great
girl.
lighting. If you want to go back there and take some selfies, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Thanks for your help.
okay. So first of all, this is a board game. And to start off, I love playing game. I'm a big game person. I like board games a lot. I've never once heard of this game before. I don't even think I've seen it in the store, and if I have, it definitely hasn't caught my eye. So that could be that maybe this is not a successful product, but I'm
All right,
not sure.
so,
We'll see.
That was Chloe. She's like a legit OG influencer.
Are you an
How many followers
influencer?
does she have?
Yeah, Tank is big time on Instagram. I follow him.
Okay,
Tank
so
Sinatra's
Mark
the real
follows
deal.
Tell
him.
me about yours because I
Sure.
do not follow you.
You do follow me. You follow Taste Good News.
Oh,
Dang.
your taste good news.
So he came in and did his research. Okay, so 3 of them follow.
You're making the
Okay.
world a better place with the content you put out.
I mean,
I've never heard of this guy, but
since season 1. I would not
that's
be
good
where I
that
am
they
today if it
do
wasn't for
that.
Shark Tank. I learned more watching this show.
This is your moment on.
Okay, so hold on, really quick. Let's pause it here. He's talking about how he's learned so much from this show and that he's watched it from the beginning. I think he said from the very beginning. But he came in asking for 500,000 for 10%. So, and with the title saying that it's a made evaluation, it kind of alarms me a little bit. If I'm being honest, we'll see how that works out for him. Like I said at the beginning, but based on that, I'm a little worried because he either has to have a lot of sales or some kind of justification as to why he's valuing it at this value.
Carpet. So
Yeah.
let's get back to the
All right,
business.
how do you play it?
So you pick an influencer playing piece, you put it on start.
Okay, those are cool. I like
you
those.
roll the die, and I picked these influencer travel hotspots like Bali, Tulum, the Desert Rave. You end at the Big Pink
I'm
Wall,
not sure what the
which
Desert
is like
Rave
the
is.
influencer mecca in Los Angeles.
Never heard of that
and
pink
you
wall
travel
either.
around the board, and you can lose followers along the way, gain followers along the way. All of the fun is on the blue spaces. So when you land on a blue space,
Okay.
you have blue playing cards.
Okay, I just landed on a blue space and it says catfish. Someone uses your photos on a dating app. Gain 50K followers.
Because
Okay,
means you're hot.
So at the end of the game, I tally up
I don't
my
understand that
followers,
one,
whoever's
but
got the most,
okay.
I
Wins.
win.
Exactly, yep.
I love this. Don't talk to me. I'm verified.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very influencer
I
lingo.
love comedy, I love sales, I love Shark Tank, and I love Jay-Z.
You gotta
And
put
that's
that
it.
Shark Tank in there.
But I don't love being subject to the
Jay-Z, I
whims
don't know where that
of
came from,
the
but-
algorithm, to be honest, to make my living. So I think a physical product is a smart way to expand instead of just growing my following, because that's what I am focused on all
Yep.
the time.
Okay.
I mean, I give you credit. You've got a
Yeah.
great feel for what's going on, but tell me about the business side.
So we're like so new at this.
Uh-oh,
We just signed
new.
an exclusive deal with the big box
New and
retailer.
500,000.
Someone
Not
walks
sure what
in
that
And
means.
they're going to see influencers in the wild. How are they going to know what that is, right? And what's going to get them to buy?
So we watched what happened with Cards Against Humanity and What Do You Mean? They were at the same price point as us,
But they were small card games, right? So it was easy to pick up and give as a gift.
but they were also based on an internet meme. So
Right.
it's the same
Okay,
kind
so
of
he's saying
thing.
that he's
We wanna
going off
educate-
of. He said, I think he's trying to say that his game, his board game, is similar to Cards Against Humanity, and then that's why I'm guessing that's why he's thinking that his valuation should be where it is. Maybe, at least I think that's where this is going, and of course we'll continue to watch here. But that doesn't necessarily equate. I mean, Cards Against Humanity, I think, is very different to a game like this, and the main reason is just the amount of pieces that go into this game. I mean, with Cards Against Humanity, I can take any random stack of Cards Against Humanity and go take that with me, and no matter what, I can play this game, regardless. Whereas a game like this, you need the pieces, you need the character pieces, you need sure, you could substitute for other things, but you need the character pieces, you need the die, you need the board game, it's the board itself, you need the cards, and you need different kinds of cards. It looks like, if it's like the Game of Life, I mean, you have different types of cards, and it looked like that. That's what he showed earlier too. So not very comparable, I think, because it's just, you need so much more for this type of game. So it's not the same, not the same realm. But let's just keep watching.
people, which is one of the barriers we faced. I'm a little bit delusional when it comes to business. I thought we were going to sell 1 million copies on day
Yep,
one, even
I'm
though
sure.
we had 64,000.
Every
in stock,
entrepreneur thinks
Right.
that.
Then they said, hey, we don't want it for Q4. We want it for Q3. We're going to put them on an end cap. You know what? We want them on the back to college.
That
end
sounds
cap.
good. Back to
And when I
college,
started
maybe.
advertising, I saw that most of our clicks were from 25 to 44.
Okay.
So I was like, back to college is not
So
even
at least he
a
has
demographic.
some kind of data.
We've sold like 1,500 so far.
Oh my God, 1,500?
Stores were you in of that?
1,900.
You
Oh,
Yeah, it's not good.
he's
not
1,900
selling
stores and only
This
sold
is
not even
getting
one per
delisted.
store.
It's not giving them enough margin per linear foot. That's what's going to happen.
Perhaps. It's only been 2 months. The margins, in my opinion, are good.
Well, tell us the
Maybe
numbers. Tell us the numbers.
We can get them from anywhere from $497
Oh, wow.
to $547, depending on how many we buy.
And you sell
$4
it
to
in at
$6
what?
bucks,
We
basically.
retail
Wow.
it direct to consumer at $30. We sell it at the big box retailer. At
Oh, so he does it for
$13.31, but that's
$30?
through a broker. We sell it.
So
to
the
them
game
at
is
38%.
$30.
That's a decent margin.
Yeah,
but
decent
That's
for you.
definitely a good margin.
What were your sales direct to consumer?
We haven't sold any direct to consumer.
Okay.
How many dollars have you sold worth of product?
The broker has sold $140,000
I'm not familiar with the whole
worth of
broker
goods.
piece,
If we're going to sell these
so I'm
games,
not
I
sure
have no
what- I'm
doubt
sure that
the
that
fee-
person takes
my wife
some
said the
piece of
game
the
is
money.
getting its little tootsies wet. That's what happens.
But is there any other
Yeah,
information
literally just the
that's
toe,
going
basically.
to justify a $5 million valuation?
That's what I'd like to know.
I made the number up.
Yep, and there goes the faces.
It's not a real number.
The problem is you picked the wrong number.
Too much, too much.
500K, the numbers are insane. There's just no way to say, okay, this is a good investment based off of what you've told us so far.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
for
you
those
sold
reasons, I'm
1,500. All right, Mark's
You
gone.
know, I spent some time in the toy industry. The big guys, they get thousands
One
of
out.
submissions, thousands. and 1 in 100 take off. It's really, really hard. I
Makes
think
sense.
you're a good guy, but we all are influencers. I've got
Exactly.
millions of followers.
Every
I
single one of them
invested in
has
to get
a
behind
following,
it, which I would have loved to have
obviously.
done on this one, but I got to write a check for $500,000 to get involved with you. That's crazy.
How are they going to
I'm
get their
not
money
do it.
back?
I'm out.
500,000?
Okay.
You've sold
Why don't
1,500.
you think it's worth $5 million?
Because you're not making money.
Not yet.
Yeah, but you want
Not
to
yet.
our money
The more I
today
watch this, the
based
more
on
I
your
think that he
potential in the future.
hasn't watched Shark
That's
Tank
asking a
that
lot.
much.
We have no idea how this is going to sell. Everybody's saying if you had come in asking for 50K, 80K, 100K,
Yep.
they'd take a flyer on you.
I couldn't do that though because when we go into Walmart,
You can't say when you talk to these sharks. If you've watched the show, you can't say
That's where you
when
missed it. You don't
because
watch enough Shark
you
Tank,
have
right?
exactly.
For us to get back $500,000,
Yeah.
you have to generate $5 million in after-tax cash flow.
Which you're nowhere near.
$5 million in after-tax cash flow is hard.
You have to do about $50 million in sales.
Oh,
Gotta
50
do
million.
So much in sales, and that's just getting our money back.
Well, I understand that your money is real.
Yeah.
And I respect that. And you want to get it back.
Why would I just want my money back? If I give you $500,000, I want $5 million.
Yeah,
I want a
right?
10x. That was the mistake on this deal. You asked too much.
Yeah.
You know, I love social media. I would love to have gotten behind it and supported it and
You're
all of
speaking in
that.
past tense. I don't like that.
But here, I have no idea if people are going to enjoy
Yeah.
this game or like it.
It hasn't been tested. It hasn't been proven. 2 months, I think he said. It's not enough. I wonder what the reviews look like on this game.
The valuation. So all of us have already get pitched a lot. We can easily look for game developers, as Kevin said. There's
Right, that's
thousands
true,
of
yeah.
them. And for $500,000, we can probably acquire a 70 or 90% position on something that has not been discussed.
And so what he's saying here, it basically is just with $500,000, they can go find another game that hasn't been launched yet or that is very, very new and is looking for some kind of capital to help them grow. And 500,000 could get them, I think he said 80 or 60 or basically a very large percentage of that company. They could get that piece of or a larger piece of that company so that if the company does well, the board game does well, they can get a return on that quicker and a bigger return. Honestly, I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, as an investor, shark or not, you want to make sure that where you put your money, you're going to make sure that you get something back from that. And I've seen a lot of stuff about how a lot of deals end up going south for these sharks and they lose money. I think Mark said on a podcast or something that he's lost more money or something like I can't remember exactly, so I don't want to quote it, but they can lose money on these deals. So it's important that they make a smart decision. And one like this where they're asking for so much, it's hard because you're tying up so much of their money. I mean, not that they obviously have a lot more than that, but still, it's that money could go somewhere else, to a different business, to another investment that can make them more money and give them a bigger return.
And that's the biggest challenge for us. But right now, this is too rich for me. I'm out.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think Barbara is the only one left, and we know that she'll
is
probably go out. I love Barbara, but she
is so succinct and punchy.
she
and makes people laugh.
doesn't do many
But
deals.
To me, I think you're just asking us all, and I think you've heard that over and over again, to take a chance card on 1,500 sold.
They're
You're
all
asking
out.
a lot. So I'm out.
All right.
Hey, Tank.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
You
you
should
guys.
put, my opinion, Tank's Good News on the cover.
And if you get a chance to go back
Yeah,
to the
that'd be
warehouses and get,
Put a sticker.
64,000 stickers with your face on it, with your Instagram handles, huge, because then there's an immediate connection for your
Right.
millions of followers.
That's one of the things I love about Shark Tank is that, whether this entrepreneur is going to get a deal or not, one, it's obviously good publicity. It's good PR. You're getting in front of all of Shark Tank's audience. And so no matter what, after this episode aired, I'm sure that they got an influx of both customers and then just also followers to their accounts and just people who are following the company now and know about the company. So if they see it in the store, it's more recognition for that company. So that's obviously always a good thing from Shark Tank. And as we've seen in a lot of episodes, some entrepreneurs go to Shark Tank specifically for that, and they don't go to make a deal. And the sharks usually know, they can tell when that's the case. But with this case here, I think he was looking for a deal. He just didn't plan enough, or at least do enough research as to what his valuation should have been. I think that's where he went wrong. I think he could have came in asking for a lot less, and probably could have gotten a shark behind him to back him up. But he did get some good information, some good feedback and advice from both Lori and Mark. Whether he'll take that advice and actually implement it, I mean, who knows? We'll look here after this episode and check. But that's one of the things I love, is that even though he didn't get a deal, and a lot of entrepreneurs that don't get deals, they'll still get this type of advice from the sharks that can help them still try to make their business thrive. So that's the episode. Now I want to pause for a second while I go do some really quick research, and I'll be back to show you what I find. Okay, I'm back, and I have Influencers in the Wild here pulled up on my phone. I'm on their website. It looks like they are still an active business. I'm looking, and they have a lot of merchandise that they sell, a lot of t-shirts, a lot of hats, sweatshirts, things of that nature, which is, I think, pretty common with people that are big on social media. They usually will have some kind of merchandise that they sell. The game is still on here. It's listed for $19.99, so they looks like they lowered the price, which probably helps them sell some more. I'm looking through the pictures that they have posted for the game, and I don't see that sticker anywhere on the box, like Lori and Mark both recommended to him. So whether it's just not in the photography of the board game, or maybe it's an actual sticker that is put on each box, maybe that's the case. But hopefully he did take that advice and actually implemented it. Let's go and look at their socials really quick to see how they're doing. It looks like on Instagram, he has 5 million followers on the Influencers in the Wild Instagram. The most recent post is a post of Shark Tank. Looks like the audio, maybe a couple clips from that. And that was posted earlier this year, but that's the latest post that I'm seeing. And they are also on X. And let's see how that one is. 165,000 followers. Looks like... the last post I'm seeing from them is from September of this year. So they're still active, which is great. And yeah, so they're still active there. Let me do a quick Google search on this company after the show. I love going to my recaps for... I go to a recap of every single episode I watch because I like seeing the how they're doing now. It looks like they don't have a lot of information on the financials of this, but it does say that they are still active, an active business. I'm sure that this Tank Sinatra guy, his following, I'm sure helps with the business and getting some of these board games sold. But yeah, it looks like they are still in business. Could they be doing better if they would have gotten a deal? Probably. I mean, the Sharks' opinion and just overall years of experience is invaluable. I mean, I always recommend taking a deal from the Sharks. I mean, I know that sometimes you can't, it doesn't make sense depending on the business, but if it's just like, okay, I can give a little bit more of my company up to get one of these Sharks on board, I think it's always just a great idea. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode with me. We will be doing more of these, as they continue to come out. But if you'd like to see more of this kind of content, just please like and subscribe to the channel, and then make sure you click that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post videos. But we'll see you on the next one. See you later.